Huzzah! I hit record, and of course, immediately Poet comes in with a resubscription. Thank you very much for the 22-month resub there, Poet. Very much appreciate that. Really, really, really appreciate the work you do behind the scenes. You are doing an excellent job as a moderator. You do a great job as the multiplayer go-to guy, and I really do. Thank you. Just thank you. You're awesome. So much time wasted. No. Happily spent in Mordred's company. And also just 2 more months until you get those orange wings. Alongside your green sword, of course. Anyway, hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Crusader Kings III, where we are playing as Frisia. And you can probably tell that we have expandified a little bit, particularly getting a little bit closer to our goal down here in Sevilla. So, what has been happening? Well, we have currently got Queen Frogger-Pirate, or as I should probably call her, the Dread Queen Frogger-Pirate, on the throne. She is a very dreadful entity, because she basically butchers anyone who stands against her. And quite a few people have stood against her, so her kill sheet would be pretty long. She is a great general. She's carried off some absolutely masterful victories over her rivals within Frisia, but now things are somewhat more secure back home, so it is time to begin looking abroad to see what we can do there. We don't have any dangerous factions rising against us. These are just peasants. Most of the nobility has been at least cowed into subservience, even if they don't genuinely love her. And so we have declared war upon the Marwanids for Cadiz, and we are just raising our forces down here. Old man Mordaith, thank you very much for the raid. How are you guys doing? Hello, hello, hello. Just peasants. I feel attacked. How was your stream? How's your game going? How's Bjorn doing? Or I guess Bjorn's dynasty. I'm guessing that Bjorn's still not around. Haven't had a chance to tune in, unfortunately. I should do, because I know you're doing the Vikings. Anyway, so yes, we are now finally down here in Iberia, just getting ready to go up against Marwanid. Meanwhile, over here in Frisia, we've had a little bit of... not up here in Frisia. Up here in Gardariki, we've had a little bit of a reshuffle in terms of power bases. We now have the Duchy of Karelia, which was very kindly given to us by the Duchy of Vepsia, who then revolted against us, so we stole her other title and then killed her. So we now have 4 duchies up here in the north, and things are definitely starting to look a little bit more stable, although all of their armies are still a bit smaller than I would like. So they're going to be under the protective shield of Frisia for a little bit longer, maybe another generation, and then I'll probably split them away. This is also going to give them... oh, actually they've made some pretty good progress on this. Orsatru is slowly but surely taking hold. Last time I checked it was like 2 provinces, now it's actually the majority. And how are we doing for culture? We're still just Norse here in the centre. Everything else is a mix. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I think that Russia is going to be a fairly more stable system. You've adopted feudalism. It's been a rough go. Feudal system was a mistake. Yeah, so in this game, feudalism wasn't that bad. Mostly because by the time I got feudalism, I was the county of Viangi up here. So we kind of bypassed the cliff edge, because we had no cliff to bypass. It was kind of just a very, very slight shore, because we only had 1 county. And then by the time we made it back into Frisia, we were feudal. The other thing which I was wondering, and I realised last night, somebody in my comments on YouTube was saying something about feudal. Oh yeah, saying that it made sense that tribal nations couldn't build in feudal territories. Which, yeah, it does make sense. I mean, we wouldn't have the same idea of the laws and everything like that, but the territory itself is feudal. So I was wondering, would it have been possible as a tribal ruler to have reverted this? Change the holdings from... whoops, no, don't grant that to anyone. From... let's find a place that still has a holding to build. Little, you do. If there was a 4th option, which was to go tribal again. That's something I really should have checked. And switch out the castle holding for a tribal one. Which I guess you would do here. Nope, that's replacing with actual buildings. Tried to see a way, but I couldn't find one. I think there was something like that for CK2. Yeah, because that really screwed me in this game, because we were here in the Low Countries, which was entirely feudal. Everyone was feudal except for me. And it was a problem, because it meant I couldn't build anything. So there was about 200 period where Frisia was just frozen in time. So that's definitely a mechanic that needs a bit of looking at. Tribal needs to be able to do something in the feudal territories, even if they themselves can't embrace feudalism. Anyway, yeah, so we are fighting down here, so I'm going to go ahead and unpause because we have got another 2 months of rallying to do. Marwanid is probably going to take some time as well, because they're quite big. The also true world is he still here? This one man has done more damage to my bloody faith than anything. Certainly more damage than Catholicism ever did. Also true fervor decreased by 20. I mean, it was 91. He's probably reduced it by about 200% by this point. No jokes. That guy is awful, and he's still around. How old is he now? 78. 70 freaking 8. For the worst person in the also true faith. 78. I can't murder him. My intrigue is bad. It's very bad. For a Dread Queen, I'm very not sneaky. I just straight up in the face, axe to face, problem solved. Unfortunately, you can't do axe to face to a person with no lands. Otherwise, I would have. New lifestyle. Awesome. So we're going to continue on the strategist so we can get living off the land, which is more supply. Although the supply in Iberia is incredibly high, so I don't need to do that. Or hit and run, which will mean that my archers will do 30% more damage. My infantry will as well, but we don't have many of them. And we will suffer fewer losses if we back off. I'd like to get sappers, though. How much money am I making? We're currently losing. That's okay. 20 days. 15. 10. 5. And rallied, and I didn't need to use any ships. Huzzah! Thank you very much for the resubscription there, Red October. 9 months coming in. Thank you very, very much for that. Woo! 9 months. A few more and I'll get whatever wings come with the year. With the 1 year, you get the golden wings, which are almost as good as the orange wings, which are almost as good as the pink wings. And beyond that, we have not yet seen. Yeah, golden wings. Just like Bamboozle's just been showing. I mean, in the emote, not loyalty. What's this crusade for? And make sure the religious head meets with an accident. I can't do crusades. We don't have the ability to do crusades. They should just make a straight up murder option where you get a very high percentage of chance, but everyone will know you did it. Or just walk up to and axe to face. Okay, so how many troops have they managed to raise? They've only got 6,000, so we actually outnumber them. Right, so we are going to split off, new army. We're going to do our usual thing of a separate artillery force, which is going to be, and I will remember to do this, led by an artillery expert, which is going to be Kettlemund. And Kettlemund is going to go down to Cadiz, and we'll stay here with the main force. Keeping an eye. Watching for our foes. I've discovered Jarl Kjodmund's inherited contract obliges him to more than he has currently collected. Ah, now that's interesting. So let's take a look at what your contract currently is. So Kjodmund is actually one of the ones who's not being as naughty. Ah, Karelia. Yeah, that's a new title. Well, I would quite frankly like to have some high levies from you. So I'm going to say Kjodmund would surely appreciate if I let this slide. Which then gives me a hook, which I can then use to get high levies from him instead. Beautiful. I try to keep my vassals with money so they can upgrade their holdings, but levies, those are mine. Mayor Toste has been swayed. Why are we swaying Toste? Oh, because he's the spy master. Yep, that would be a good reason. It's like, why am I swaying on Mayor? Alright, some allies have joined the war. We still outnumber them. Are you fighting somebody else? I think you are. I think you might be fighting Navarra. Nope, just me. Oh, but you have a bit of a money problem. Ah, yes. Arno's gained the trait physician. He is my court physician, so that's good. Meanwhile, this crusade for Romagna is still ongoing. Although the Latium Lord is now in jail, and they have actually managed to successfully siege down Latium. I love the fact that the Pope is currently crusading for Rome. Oh, they succeeded. Okay, so armies are arriving. Where are you sailing to? Are you going to go? Yes, you are. Oh, no, you decided not to. We'll just stay here. We are going to move here. We're going to let you land. Oh, no, you decided not to. Alright, we'll stay here. I'd like to keep an eye on exactly where they go. Now what? You're going over there. We'll go over there too. And you're going to go over here. And they're making a run for it. Quite wise. Catch them? Yes! We got them. So they're going to have the disembarkation penalty. Wait, do they have crossbows? Oh, they have crossbows. Crossbowmen dealing only 10% damage because they're countered by my massive cavalry forces. Although this is a battle in the hills, which means that my cavalry units are not as effective right now because we're fighting in bad terrain, which is unfortunate. However, the archers are still... Nope, the archers are useless, as are the heavy swordsmen. But a lot of their special uses units are also countered, except for the caballeros. Caballeros. They were my favourite unit in medieval Total War. However, the fact that they have the recently disembarked penalty, and also my just being a much better general, plus the faith hostility advantage, yeah, we're doing 96% more damage to them. 96%. Plus our armoured horses, so, you know. Heavy cavalry! This is a massacre! Boom. A glorious first clash. They lost 1,700, we lost 800. Our champions killed 500, their champions killed 180 and lost 3 of them. Levies actually did about as well as they lost, and then the heavy horse killed 300, lost 12. Ooh, they actually have mangonels now. Huh. And you are a siege engineer, so we may as... Oh no, this isn't in England. Oh, we'll head back to Seville. Of course England owns Gibraltar. I hadn't even realised that was Gibraltar, but yeah, you're not wrong. They do. Oh, that's a straight crossing. Oh, now that's interesting. Alright, in that case, we're going to go and stand down here, and you're not actually doing any sieging, because that's England. In which case, let's go for Cordoba. 12% war score from that one battle. Not bad. Not bad. War declared by England. Holy War for the Kingdom of Frisia. This is a problem. Because I'm not at home, so I can't meet them as they're coming off the ships. Alright, so this one, I think we're going to need to call in the house. Can we still raid? No, we're not tribal anymore. And even though our armies are down here and we could siege this stuff, we're going to need to be up there. So we're going to peace out with the Marmonids, and we're going to head home. Ah, your financial situation is actually such that you may actually give me money. Let's go and sway this old fool. Hopefully he'll give me some more, because I could use it. And yeah, I'm going to need you guys to just rush here. You have one job now. White Peace tells you misdeeds are told from Ireland to Cathay. Accept your offer of peace. Let's put this conflict behind us. That cost me 50 prestige. Okay, so who are we going to call in? I think we're going to call in Leon. We're going to call in Denmark. Going to call in Uppland because they owe me. That's a different Denmark. Going to call in Sweden. Call in Gotland. Call in Visby, definitely. Okay, the Maudlings are going to war. You know what, I'm just going to call you all in. You won't necessarily use all of the renown that we're spending on this. $13,000 against 16,000. Now the odds are a little more equal. 14,000 against 16,000. Now the odds are even more equal. And this war has suddenly escalated. So what will England have to pay me if they lose? 1,800 ducats. Oh man. And how is their financial situation right now compared to, say, mine? They are very wealthy. Okay. So no debt issues from them for a little while. They are going to need to raise their forces, which does buy me a bit of time. And they're going to be coming in from Spain as well. Chibi Yordle still needs a husband. Chibi is my youngest, right? Yes, she's third in line. So we're probably okay if we don't make this one a matrilineal. No, we never actually tried Emmerich. You would accept this as matrilineal. Okay, even better. Well, France, you want an opportunity to have a crack at England? Because I can provide that for you. Yes! Okay, now the English are heavily outnumbered. 24,000 versus 17,000. This has just escalated massively. It's the First World War! I just wish I could take their Spanish territories from them in this. Yeah, this is like the entire Ossotru world raised up in arms against them. Or the 100 Years' War. I think that this is a bit bigger than the 100 Years' War. And my ships are almost home. That's excellent. So what is the war goal? Frisia. So they have to land basically in Amsterdam. And that's going to be bad for them. because we're here first. An unforeseen tragedy. Count Mats, the spouse of the daughter and heir Frank, has passed away. All those carefully crafted plans have been destroyed. Good lord, Frank is really good. 13, 15, 18, 9, 14. Scarred, improvident. Oh, you're improvident. A stewarding genius who's fricking provident again. Alright. At least you're not generous. No, you're the opposite. You're greedy. Even better. Alright, so, we need to marry you. And these marriages have always been about who can simply support you the best. And you probably need military. Pecco here is quite good. Brave, compassionate, chaste. Chaste? Doesn't matter, we've got 6 kids already. Terrible intrigue. We could do with a bit more support and intrigue. Ragnar might be even better. Except that he's a zealot and he's the old faith. $16.19. Oh yeah, 61 though. I'm also looking for diplomacy, because that's one problem that our current ruler has had. Ooh, Angilbert. Ah, you're sadistic, but you are another genius. We have enough kids, though. We're not breeding this for abilities and traits. Although just being a genius does make you very good at a very number of different things. I'm still kind of leaning towards Pecco. We're just going to need to make sure that we have a very good spy master. And we have a history of having really good spy masters, so we should be okay. We're going to go with Pecco. Matrilineal. Cost me 300 prestige, but that's okay. And here's the English army. Excellent. Oh, where are they landing? Bruges. Oh, on top of this army, because of course you are. With 20,000, just straight up like that. Here's 20,000 men. Time. Thank you. Right. Well, I think we are going to need to try and do some damage on them while they have the disembark penalty. Half of you are going to Middleback. That's an interesting choice. Oh, no, you're not. You're going for Bruges again, which unfortunately is part of the Netherlands now. I can't see how long you have this penalty for. 6 more days. We're not going to catch you in 6 days. So I think we basically need to wait for, yeah, reinforcements to arrive. Which they are now doing. Oh, you're going out to sea again. I'm okay with that. Stay here. We'll wait until they're locked and we'll kill these guys who are left behind. Thank you very much for splitting your forces, England. Much obliged to you. Locked. Let's go and kill these little stacks. Come on, France. We've got work to do. Let's wait until they actually go to sea. Perfect. And they're going to land into us. 15,000 against 7,000. They've made a critical oopsie. And even though my hair is wet, this is a sacrifice that must be made. We are, after all, fighting for the good of the also true faith. Okay, so 7,000 against 15,000. They have got heavy cavalry. They have got 200 of them. However, we have 250, which are being somewhat reduced by the pikemen. The pikemen themselves are being countered by the house guard and the armoured footmen. Their heavy infantry is not actually very well countered. There's 300 of them. And then they have a house guard, which is also not very well countered. Our armoured footmen are not counted at all. Archers are somewhat countered. Heavy horse somewhat counted. Light horse somewhat counted. Light foot not at all. And then we have our own house guard as well. Mostly thanks to the French. What does England want from me? Frisia. This is a holy war for Friesland. We have a 25 combat ability. They have a 21. We are being led by the Queen herself, which does mean that we get the inherited tactics and leading own soldiers buffs. And commander skill. Owner is in debt. So France, unfortunately, is in debt, which is drawing down my ability to fight. But then again, so is England. Their money has just disappeared. Too many mercenaries. And we do still outnumber them overall. But it is going to take some time for all of my allies to arrive. So we've now got 19,000 soldiers fighting here. And this is now 18,000 against 12,000. This is probably one of the biggest battles that the world has ever seen. I would imagine. 44 knights against their 17. And this is the advantage of calling in so many different individual rulers, as they all get their own share of knights. And yeah, we are kicking them there. They've been routed. A glorious victory. Round 1 definitely goes to the Dutch. Alright, so let's check out these details. That is one dismiss button I do not want to press. So we had 18,000 levies. 2,000 died. We killed 2,700. They had 16,000 levies, so we had slightly more. However, they did lose nearly 5,000 total. They lost 6 to our 3.5. Our champions, 1 died, killed 2,000. Their champions, 2 died. They killed 500. Light horse killed 400, lost only 47. Their light horse killed 300, lost 300. Our heavy horse, now this is going to be where the numbers really start to count. 300 with only 10 losses. 250 for 60. Light foot, fairly equal. Heavy, our house guards. I do kind of wish that they mashed up together. If they had the similar units, like here it's really useful. It's like levies, levies, champions, champions, light horse, armoured horse, armoured horse. Lightfoot, pikemen, I guess because we don't have pikemen, it just orders them that way. Oh, yes we did. We had some pikemen. And by some, I mean 2. So their house guard did okay. The archers did as always. Armoured footmen, remarkably good. I guess that's because they were fighting the spearmen and they themselves are not being countered because the English... Oh no, they do have some lightfoot now. And then we also have onagers and mangonels. They have loads of mangonels. But yeah, round 1 went to us. So now it's going to be down to where are they going to run to? Probably Rouen. And the next question is, am I going to want to start sieging their stuff down? Or are we just going to fight them on the shores of the Netherlands and Belgium? I mean, honestly, I think we're probably going to hunt them down. You guys are disembarking Bologna. That's a mistake. Because I can catch you. Because I am very fast. Gotcha. So, 7,000 of the greatest Dutch warriors against 3,600 of the Duchy of Ancona. This should be pretty one-sided, considering they just disembarked. And we've got a 66 combat advantage. That's 3,500 men just dead. Excellent result for us. We lost 200 men. They lost 3,600. Good. And now they're probably going to try and sail north, because you can see they're already re-embarking. They're going to keep on trying their naval invasions. It's not going to work for them, though. It is not going to work for them. And they have to occupy the Netherlands, so we can fight this entirely defensively if we want to. We do have the war score, and yeah, they're coming from Amsterdam. We're going to go and fight here. We will fight them on the beaches. We will fight them on the landing grounds. We will fight them in the streets. We will never surrender. So So this is going to be 14,000. We will arrive a little bit earlier than these guys, but we will at least pin them. And they are going to have the minus 30 from the disembarkation, and they're right there. 62 advantage. We have the faith hostility advantage from also true. We have our own combat advantage, and we don't have any of the debt disadvantages from France. So even with the 7,000, I would not be surprised if we beat them. But our reinforcements have now arrived. We have a plus 74 advantage. This, it wasn't a stack wipe, but it came ruddy close. So we lost 1,500. They lost 5,000. Ouch. 2,400 kills from the levies, 1,300 losses. Armoured horsemen, 440 kills, 9 losses. Light horse, 575 kills, 35 losses. The archers, however, did terribly, because they're countered by all of their horsemen, most likely. Lightfoot did good. Armoured foot did good. Champions did amazing. Although we did lose 4 of them this time. Oh no, including Kettlemund. He's my siege expert. And also Duchess of Leon, who I believe was the ally that we called in. Okay, so let's pull back over here. Now, one thing which the English aren't going to be able to contend with is we're fighting on home turf. And because we're an overseer, and this is actually probably one of the most powerful abilities the overseer has, friendly territory levy reinforcement rate plus 100%. So we basically get double the replenishment while we're in home territory. And that's just going to make our numbers impossible to deal with. And this is why I've been so, like, aggressive fighting in home territories. Like you saw during the uprisings. I only ever fought in my own territory and never went into theirs. Right, we need to stand somewhere where we're not going to take attrition. Like, Courtrai. And let's see, they're down to just 7,000 men. We've got 25,000 meanwhile. They are again going to launch their ships, so we're going to go to Antwerp. Or Roosendaal. Just to see where they decide to go. Because they've been going for Zeeland. I would not be surprised if they do make an attack for Amsterdam. And again, I want to catch them on the coast. I don't know why they keep sailing. This is bad AI. Oh, they're going for Bologna. Interesting. Alright, we're going this way. Follow me! They're trying to get back to the ships, but that's going to take them a full month to do. Chibi Yordle has been harbouring a secret affection for Oda for some time. However, when she finally confessed her feelings, Oda responded harshly. Chibi still pursues him as doggedly as ever, however. So she becomes stubborn, or we can get rid of stubborn for vengeful or chaste. I mean, actually, vengeful is good for us. Stubborn, not so much. Vengeful is a virtue. So that basically cancels out the arbitrary. Are you being educated? Yes, you are. Oh yeah, by me. In military matters, and you're getting quite good at that. Cool. Onwards! Are we going to get to them before they run away? Oh yeah, if you catch them and stop them running, that would be amazing. Gotcha! Huzzah! 7,000 against 3,000. This might well be the end of the English army right here. Oh, no, they got some reinforcements. We're now in the late stage. So, somebody was asking earlier, how do you know when you've shattered an enemy army? It's all down to the stages down here. So if the sword is a bow here, that counts as early stage. And if you completely rout the enemy army during the early stage, it's a shatter and they're destroyed. If, however, they get into the late stage, which is this bit, then they can retreat in an orderly fashion. In fact, if you hover over it, it'll tell you that. So we're now late stage, so they will retreat to Normandy again. And once more, a glorious victory for the good guys. We lost 900, they lost 4,500. My glory is widely known. Hold on, is that legend? We are a living legend! So the first character of the Maudling dynasty to have reached living legend is the Dread Queen herself. I didn't really think that her exploits have been living up to the sagas of, for example, Innkeeper at this point, but apparently she has. Even though I think that, except for the civil wars, it's been a remarkably uneventful reign. Like, compared to Stein with his glorious wars against Alfred the Great, compared to Innkeeper with his expansion into Frisia and the formation of the Frisian kingdom. Not sure. What's she done that's been so great? Murdered a bunch of people. Well, I guess if your kill count is a measure of greatness, then she is the greatest. The largest war in human history. This is true. This is like the defining moment of everything else that she's done in her reign. Is there a special button you can press for being a living legend? No. Totally forgot you can borrow gold from the Holy Order, though they never seem to have any. Holy Order, can we call them in? No. They've already been hired. I do kind of wish it told you who hired them, so I could see how that war was going. But there's no way of actually seeing who hired them, it just says not available. Consecrate the bloodline is piety, not prestige. Strengthen bloodline might be. No. Yeah, we would need to reach religious icon, which our super learned guy almost did, but not quite. Something is kind of stealth fame is battles. You get a lot of fame from battles, and if it's an allies war, you get prestige and fame compared to sieging. So if your previous characters were sieging more than fighting, they would have earned much less. Yeah, true. I mean, Stein's prestige was all from fighting battles against Alfred. But I do guess that these battles have been really big, so the prestige gain has probably been higher. Alright, you guys are sailing again. Wow, we got another lifestyle perk already? Well, let's get living off the land to that supply capacity. Because we are fighting with very big armies at the moment. And I have noticed my supply has been dwindling at times. Though never to a particularly alarming level. We're going to Middleburg. We'll meet you in Middleburg. And this time, I outnumber you. Battle is joined. We have got plus 62 advantage again, which is causing 124% damage buff because they are in debt. They're recently disembarked, and we're just a much better commander. We are up against the king. This is King L versus Queen Frogger Pirate. They've got more knights. Their archers are completely countered. Their footmen are completely countered. Their cavalry is uncountered. Their horsemen are uncountered. Although both of them are almost dead. Like, they have 1,000 light horse, only 280 still standing. 200 armoured horse, only 50 still standing. Their pikemen are somewhat countered, so in order to counter pikemen in the future, we do, I think, need to build up our armoured footman numbers. Noted. Don't want to do that right now because we're at war. Don't want to spend the money. Stack wipe. We've done it. We have destroyed their army without the French forces coming in to reinforce us. So they lost 6,000 men. We lost 500, and there you can see just the gains in terms of devotion and fame. And also a 16% war score swing. So the levies killed twice as many as they lost. The horsemen 250. The armoured horsemen 426 kills for 5 losses. My appreciation of the heavy horse of this era is definitely rising. And there we go. Demolished. And we're now at an 81% war score. They are down to just 3,000 soldiers. Which probably belong to, like, Ulster. Nope, they belong to Ancona. Ancona managed to raise their armies again. Probably mercenaries. Burn London. Well, here's the thing. I don't really want to leave Frisia, because I have so many bonuses fighting at home. If the French or whoever want to go and take their territories, then they can. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to tell them to do that. Alright, let's burn London. Although it is going to cost me 18 ducats to sail over. But we have enough troops. We are fully reinforced, more or less, again. Let's make this defensive war and now an offensive war. Huzzah! And the French are going to come flooding in as well. And we are a siege engineer, which means that we will siege this that much quicker. 2 months. Need to keep an eye on whether Ancona tries to do a naval invasion of us or not. I don't think I'm going to get 1,800 anymore. I think it's going to be a lot less. Oh, no, still 1,800. Okay. I thought it was somewhat determined by how much money they actually had. Apparently not, though. And in fact, burning London will probably be enough to win this war. You know what? Before we do this, we should probably ransom some people. Count Biothmer. 50 ducats. Done. Baron Archibaldo. 30. Done. Ellenhard. 30. Done. Sheikh Arias Lupis. Done. Surietto. No, you're already considering. We'll accept it. Plus 200. Wow, this guy is popular. Yolande would just leave. A good deal. And there we go, we've taken London. And there it is, 100%. The Holy War for the Kingdom of Frisia has failed. Factions targeting King Ale gain 25 discontent. Allies gain prestige based on their contributions. I gain 150 piety. And also, most importantly, 1,800 ducats. Enforced demands. Greetings, Queen Frogger Pirate of Frisia. Your ruthlessness is enviable. I know when I am defeated. It seems I am left with no choice but to comply with your demands. And insular Christianity also loses fervour, and we gain fervour. So be it. And now we're rich. Yes. How far are we from getting heard? Quite a long way. However, I think that I might focus them next, just so I can get herds instead of heavy infantry. Oh, I don't even need to send you home, I can just expand you. Okay. So, we should probably build some holdings, but the thing is, I don't know if I want to necessarily do this with you. Because because Frank is a steward. Oh, you've gone avaricious instead of architect. Why have you gone avaricious instead of architect? How's the health? Oh, we're in poor health. It's probably a good thing we won that war while we did. But that was a massive showdown with England, and I think England is now going to suffer a little bit. Yeah, you can respect them, but it does cause them a critical level of stress to do so. Alright, let's see if there are any other prisoners that we can get rid of. These are all going to be the king's, and he can't afford them. You will accept. You wouldn't. Yolande is a really good fighter. Wrathful, vengeful. She is also true. No, I'd actually release you. If you join us. Princess Ebba is his daughter. Is his eldest daughter. Oh, we've got the heir as well. At least I think he's the heir. For a favour. Oh no, he's not the heir. Earl Senfus of Werastanton is currently the heir. Yep, Ebba's the eldest. Well, you know what this means. You send your son against me, I execute his ass. People must be reminded who is the queen here, and it is clearly the dread Queen Frogger Pirate. We're down to just 6 prisoners. I'm not releasing these people for free. Stop asking for them for free. I know you're probably horrendously in debt. In fact, how in debt are you? Yeah, you are horrendously in debt. That's going to last a while. And how much money are you currently making? Oh, you're making 33 a month. That's actually a heck of a lot. I'm impressed. Endlessly amuses me the world is terrified of someone called Frogger Pirate. Nah, I'm not going for Danelaw. Not interested. I am still, however, interested in Cadiz. And considering we lost remarkably few troops during that war. Oh yeah, we'll have a truce with them for ages now. Truce with... Wait, no, that's not me. That's West Francia. That's me. $63. Oh, however, there is something I can do. I can reimpose my crown authority. There we go. You started her rule by reducing her crown authority. I think she has earned the ability to impose it again. I could declare on England, and actually of all the times to declare on England, this is probably the time to do so. Because they have a large portion of Seville. Let's do it. Let's get some revenge. I need my executioner's cap. Sorry. Safety helmet. Alright, let's do this. Might pull all of Christendom in. I might pull all of... Who? In? I'm not sure who this Christendom you're speaking of is. Is that a Carling on the English throne? Yes. Yes, it is. I think Francia is also a Carling. Yeah, they are. So the Carlings and the Maudlings are probably the two greatest dynasties at the moment. I really wish there was a way of seeing that. Like, who are the greatest dynasties at the moment in terms of renown? But I don't think there is a breakdown of this. Can Orthodox join this war? No. They're not insular. This is a holy war against Insula specifically. And Insula would be Britain. I guess they have a little bit over here as well. Tiny bit of Poland. Or is Poland itself insular? Okay, so Poland itself is insular, so Poland could try it. And if they do, then I'll pull in my allies again. Ancona answered. So far, that's it. In fact, this army with 2,000, which is currently being led by me, does have my artillery in. And we probably want to get a bit of an early start going. So let's go and siege down Algeciras down here. Fascination discovered. We now have bailiffs. So I'm actually going to be able to hold the territory down here. And I think I'm now going to start focusing on herds, because I would like to start actually developing some heavy infantry. it'll take 20 years, so I wouldn't get that until I'm 81. Is that idiot still the Fylkir? He is still the Fylkir. See, he's 81, so it's possible. Although he's a bodybuilder, so that's probably why. Technically see it when you open the dynasty tab for a country. Oh, they're already legendary. And they're about to hit the next level. But that doesn't show, like, all of them. Oh, legendary is top. No, they're already the absolute maximum. Whereas we're just famous. But they probably already start with a fair amount. Oh, somebody else joined. Ulster. So they can now pull in 8,000 soldiers. Are they going to go for my capital, or are they going to sail for Seville? I think they're going to sail for Seville. It looks like they are. So you... stay there for now. Actually, no. We'll just have the entire army here. In fact, what I'll probably end up doing is splitting out the siege force. Okay, so that's that taken. Let's go for Malaga. And actually, before we do that, let's split out the siege force. So, onagers, 1,300 levies will do. And then you need somebody who's good at sieging. Do we have anyone? Because I know Kettleman died. Otherwise, we'll just choose our second best commander. Nope, no siege masters. Jarl Alfred of Helra is actually a better commander than I am now. And Yolande, the woman that we just recruited from them, is now our best general. Second best general. Your marshal, Jarl Rogenhilda, insulted me gravely. She had the audacity to name me a vile knave in front of my court. I demand satisfaction for this slight. No, you're a heathen. Ha! Good one, Rogenhilda. Rogenhilda will plead for your forgiveness publicly. Whatever it takes to make this well again. Rogenhilda of Lower Lorraine. She is one of my more powerful vassals, so... Haha! Well done, Rogenhilda. Well done indeed. You make a good jest. I approve. Oh, I spy with my little eye an incoming army. It is the Duchy of the Algarve. Where are you going to land? Are you going to land in Seville? No, I can't see you this bit of the coastline, unfortunately. Nope, you're going to land here. That's a bit of a problem. Are you going to be able to hold out? Yes, I think you are, because they only outnumber you 2-1, and these guys will arrive soon. All you need to do is hold. All you need to do is hold. And there we go, we've arrived. Bye! Unfortunately, it wasn't a stack wipe, but it was a pretty decisive victory. And then I think I'm just going to stay here until this siege is done. Because I am very good at sieging. Who's this? Cordoba. Archpriest Julian has freaking finally died! Oh, good grief. And you're not going to give me money because I'm already wealthy. Bugger. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of assets, I guess. Just one or two. Alright, so let's get the sieging army up there. Let's get the fighting army. No, you'll take attrition there. We'll leave the fighting army here. If this lot moves over to Cabra, we'll see them. Or we'll see people as they land. In fact, I think I might even move here so we're a little bit more central. The only place we can't see is the Gulf of Cadiz, which is a bit annoying. Oh, who's this? Army of Pharaoh. We're not fighting the Army of Pharaoh, though, are we? No, they're fighting a peasant revolt. Not relevant to my interests. Probably. I don't know where the English armies are. Do we have any factions rising against us? No. Nobody dares rise against us anymore, which is good. Do all the folk here get the trait Whole of Body? No, that's a learning focus. Army of Lincoln. You're also not technically at war with me. You may pass. I mean, the English army could actually land over here then march to Sevilla, which would be probably the best move for them. Alright, that's done. Let's move you to Granada, which already has the Alhambra. Quite a nice defensive position here. Oh, who's this? This is England's army. So my guess is they're going to try and land here. They can't see my army because we're inland. Here they come. They're moving to Malaga, so we're going to move here and then here. Off we go. They're locked in. And they're running. Chibi comes of age. Inclination towards warfare can come to truly understand it. It's impressive to see such skill in somebody so young. She displays a level of insight that's rare even amongst veteran commanders. And she is a military engineer. So you, like straight away, can just take over command of this. Not bad for a 16-year-old. Right, you are already betrothed. Cool. Oh yes, and we also have the Battle of the Ancona. In fact, we captured their king. They had 1,000 light foot who just got obliterated. Horsemen did okay. My light horse did amazing. My heavy horse did amazing. And the armoured footmen, just... they're so expensive. They really need to be buffed. Although they were outnumbered 10 to 1 by the light footmen, so I guess it's not that surprising. Alright, chase them down. We do have a 40% movement buff over them. They still have the disembarkation penalty. They are still really heavily in debt. And they're also out of supply because they just arrived by ship. And they have no men-at-arms. This is purely levies. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Stack wipe? This might be a stack wipe. It's a stack wipe. And there we go. England's armies have been defeated once more. So we gained 900 fame, 460 devotion from that. We killed 5,800 and lost only 300. And lost no champions, which is good to see. This time the footmen did a bit better. Good. In that case, yes, we can just siege all of this stuff down. So let's have you going for Almera. You can go for this. Oh, Ancona's landing another army. Better go and beat that up. A scheme at court. My spy master has come to me with great news, while we do not yet know who. Somebody is plotting to kill me. They have a 5% chance of success. Find them. Do I think it's going to be the King of England? It's actually remarkably difficult to kill foreign rulers. It's almost somebody internally, because my vassals still detest me. Like, that hasn't been forgotten. The only thing keeping us together is fear. Anyway, another victory. We lost 166, they lost 668. And they are retreating back to sea. Is that to try again somewhere? Are they going to go up here? Although, even attacking that army now, they would struggle with Chibi in charge. And we have another cadet branch. You need to go and take that barony. Where are they going? I think they might just be going home. They're like, nope, we've had enough. This hurt too much. Nice helmet, thank you. I quite like it. Meltorp, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And Sin.Philfium, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh, and Greystroke, thank you very much for the 13-month resubscription. Woot! Much appreciate the ongoing support there. Sorry, I missed that one earlier. Must have been while I was in the timer. Okay, Ancona's coming back again. You make your way via the north to here. And you just go over there and biff them once more. Just to stop them from taking any of the territories that we're sieging down. Frisia, meanwhile, completely untouched. We have another martial perk, which is going to be sappers. Yes! More siege progress. Excellent. And we are super close to getting strategist, which is going to increase enemy casualties by 25%. And also give me another 3 points of martial and a diplomacy, which will be useful. Huzzah! Meanwhile, my health is still poor. Danny Coys, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome to the Maudlings. Good to have you joining us. And
Huzzah!
Jack the Ripper, gifting a bunch of subs. Thank you very much for that. Sir Marky, obvious bait. Westside TV, Lord Hades Pluto, and Bluegrass Warrior. Congratulations on the gifted subs courtesy of Jack the Ripper. Thank you for that, Jack. Very much appreciate that. You're awesome. You're all awesome. Okay, so the army of Ancona's on the move for reasons. Trying to get away? Maybe. Well, I've caught you now, so prepare to die. Unfortunately, they don't have the disembarkation penalty anymore. But that's not going to matter. I'm just that much of a better commander than they are. And there we go. Another victory, another shatter. Marvellous. And now we just need to take over Almira, which will happen as soon as they arrive. And in fact, we're going to go and stand next to them, because this is still a somewhat vulnerable army. Even with the mighty Chibi Yordle commanding them, it's still the siege army. Legit, you keep me sane while working a maddening amount of hours. It's the least I can do. Fair enough. Yeah, I do wonder, like, how many of you watch while you're at work? Or, in fact, say in chat, if you're watching this at work, tell me in chat. Or at school, if you're being very naughty. Or do you just watch this during a downtime? I've always been curious about that. Working from home. Working from home. There's the victory. We're at 98%. Okay, let's go and fight these guys. Working from home. Watch at work. Home, working from home. Watch your YouTube at work last week. Working from home with this in the background. Because part of the reason I chose the hours I did is because I was expecting people to be watching when they're at home after work. But that was not obviously planning around COVID. Oh, we've got 100%. There we go. We will seize all of the territory. King Ael's realm, part of the Duchy of Seville. Wulfstan and Wulfrith become my vassals. We gain a bunch of devotion. Our fervour goes down by 5, their fervour goes up by 5. Bish. To the cold-hearted Queen Frogger Pirate. May wisdom ever elude you. You are a much greater foe than I had imagined. Really? Than you imagined? You've had direct contact with how much of a foe we are. Well, regardless, we now own the Duchy of Sevilla. And we did inherit 2 vassals from this. So I'm going to keep the armies raised for the moment, because we might need them. Because what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to take over Sevilla. And I'm probably going to start chopping up Flanders for somebody. This is going to remove a fair amount of my power base, but Sevilla is also very powerful. There is a lot of development down here. In fact, Sevilla is probably even richer than Holland. And we just need to take Cadiz, and then we have the entire duchy. Oh, that's just a baron. Oh no, it's not. That is the smallest county I've ever seen. Rich though, 31 development. And then the earldom of Algeciras. So, would people complain if I removed you from power? No. Tyranny is just a number for me. And do I care about removing you? Your holding's not very well... I mean... The barony is not built up. The city is incredibly well built. Working from home, I watch some stream, but when you stream, it's my evening. That makes sense, Gigal. Because, yeah, my intention was to start streaming at 5 PM British summertime, which is when English workers and British workers and European workers would be getting home in the evening. And that's, what, 12 o'clock midday Eastern. And then the second stream is at 10 PM, which is 5 PM Eastern, which is when the American workforce goes home. So that was always like my intended audience. And I did for a while try to stream for Pacific time viewers, but that's just going too far. Huzzah! Cookie! Thank you very much for the gifted sub. Earthen Lady, congratulations on the gifted sub, courtesy of Cookie. Thank you for that. And yes, I did see Podcat was tweeting about Metaxas yesterday. Podcat's the lead designer for Hearts of Iron, so Greece is most likely going to be the first DLC. Or did they actually properly announce that now? Because I know he was teasing it. That's the word, teasing. I'm trying to remember what that was. Okay, so how am I going to do this? I think we are going to go and stand on your capital with this army. And these are different. Okay, I'm going to be taking your title. Good. And then I'm going to be taking your title. And then with my prestige, we will be able to usurp the title of the Duchy of Sevilla, change its succession law to elective, just to make sure that my heir gets it all. You sure you want to do this, dude? Are you really sure? Because I'm not sure that you're sure. Alright, so you rose up against me. So I'll be taking your title. And then I'm executing you. Because you dared lift your sword against me! How could you? Okay, so now we own Sevilla. We're going to say Duchy of Sevilla. We're creating that title. Boop. And now my nobles are probably going to be peeved about the fact that I have 2 titles down here. Tough. Oh no, I don't have Holland. They're probably not actually going to be peeved. And this succession is equal partition. We're going to change that law to Scandinavian elective. And we are going to elect Frank. Did that actually elect? No. Now it is. Marvellous! So we are now 2 holdings over our limit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give 2 more of the holdings here away. So that's... Lille for sure. Or I could keep them all, because Frank can almost certainly rule that. No, what I can do is I can give Lille to him, because Frank's going to inherit his stuff anyway. Okay, because that's the husband. Good. And now we're 1 holding over. That's going to be fine. We can disband our armies. And we now have a pretty decent holding here in the south of Spain. I still do want to take Cadiz, but we're going to have a truce with these guys for another 23 days. Okay, I guess we're going for Cordoba soon then. Because the Marwanids right now, not very strong. And we are once again earning a bucket load of cash. Oh yeah, what was the tech that we just finished? Bailiffs. A king cannot be everywhere at once. By appointing bailiffs to enforce the king's law throughout the realm, we govern a larger area more effectively than we could otherwise. And while we're talking about ruling the realm more effectively than we could otherwise, Galenus wanted me to drink some tea. And there we go. What's with the AI in this game? Going for the Portugal achievement, the AI is just watching me die multiple times now. When you lift your sword in rebellion, it will just fall upon your own neck. Well, that's the thing about this game, is you may steamroll initially, but then succession will probably slow you down again. At least until the late game, at which point probably will be a lot easier. No, I'm saving my money. May as well speed 4 this. So we want to fight against Cadiz. No, we're not going to speed 4 this, because we are going to go to war with you. Again. And we now actually have a de jure claim, which is just 36 prestige. It's a heck of a lot cheaper, and doesn't run the risk of the Holy Wars. So let's raise our armies here. Begin sieging that down. I'm not going to bother with the helm because I'm kind of expecting this to be a relatively quick war. They are calling allies in, but we still outnumber them pretty handily. It is going to take some time for the armies to arrive because half of these guys are coming from Russia. That's a good point. Well, in fact, I'm a siege expert as well, so it doesn't matter so much. Okay. So I'm gonna trade with Chibi. This army is going to give up their non-onagers. That's actually a very good size, and then those units can head over here. So these are just the men-at-arms, which are going to join the main force, in case our opponents do decide to come down for us. Why are you oh, you have all the champions. That's a bit more annoying. There we go. Okay, so you need to go and start sieging down Cordoba. So you may well not have enough troops for this. We'll go to Cabra. At some point I wouldn't mind getting the Emirate of Cordoba as well. Because Cordoba is just so unbelievably wealthy. It has a development of 40. And that would be a pretty good acquisition here in the south. I love the rally animation. Yeah, the rally animation's really cool. Are you seriously attacking me? Yeah, I didn't think so. You don't have enough troops. How many do you need? 1,700. Alright, let's detach 1,000 levies. That should be enough to get you going. And this is the Sheikhdom of Alcaraz. That's not you. You're somebody else. You're not actually fighting me. No. Impeccable household. Spouse's excellent stewardship led to this windfall. 150 prestige. Low control. Right. Yeah, that's the point. I need to start focusing this area. So, let's get you done first. Let's promote culture. Here. And let's also convert that. We've got some work to do. So this is unfortunately time that I'm now going to be spending not building up Holland. But so be it. We got all the holdings built here, didn't we? Yeah, except for Middleburg. There's one holding missing, which is going to be a city. And are you building guild halls? Yes, you are. Because somebody pointed out that guild halls also have a development growth buff. And if you're stacking dev growth, then you want cities, and the development growth will just go skyrocketing. Monthly growth currently 0, because we are over our limit. Our limit is now 25. Maybe even 20. So we've already kind of built it up to 27. Chibi deserves a county. Nah. I don't like giving land away unless I absolutely have to, and I absolutely don't have to. Right, so military. Jarl Ulla seems to be the best marshal. We do have 3 powerful vassals who are kind of bickering for a place, but none of them are very good. How's your military? 7, yeah. You all suck at fighting, which is probably actually a good thing. Except Ulla is quite good, so yeah, we'll put you in charge. Couple of angry vassals. I've been dealing with angry vassals my entire career, so it's not really a problem. Stack wipe, stop sieging Cadiz. And just to make sure that they don't come to relieve Cordoba. Which is actually falling remarkably quickly. Are they starving? Yes. That would be why. Notable guests. We should see if there's any good fighters here. 14 learning physician. Not too expensive. We'll hire you. You're an 8-year-old with 12 fighting. It would cost 90, however. Pass. Sanity Pie and Crazy Leg Soy. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. I don't need land. I'm the Prussian definition of the great nation my forefathers carved for themselves. My state is the army I lead to siege. You are currently overseeing the fall of Cordoba, one of the great cities of Europe right now. So I think your abilities are already being recognized. Not bad for an 18-year-old. Done. Still only at 31% though. Oh man, Cordoba has so many defensive settlements. Ugh, it's going to take time. Is that part of Cordoba? Yep. Alright, we're going to split up and start properly sieging this. I didn't realise just how many fortified settlements Cordoba had. That's crazy. I mean, these will be quicker than the town, than the centre, but still. And actually, the amount of development that this place has is impressive considering the majority of it's in the hills. Like, yeah, Cordoba proper is farmland. Everything else is hills, though. Oh no, it's farmland. Okay, they have 3 out of 4 farmlands, fair enough. Martial perk, and here we go. Strategist. Boom. Is it possible that we can get even more scary at fighting? Yes. Yes, it is. And in fact, thinking about it, right now I probably actually want authority focus for the control growth. Seeing as we are taking over areas that need to be reminded who's in charge. Particularly because we get the absolute control buffs. Thanks to the Overseer tree. I still don't rate Overseer as high as the others, but that absolute buff is quite nice. Is that for everyone or just territories I own? Oh no, that's everyone. Yep. Well, that's interesting. Was that 100 ducats for loot? 34... 110 from Cordoba. Yeah, it was. Enemies have left the war. Cool. Oh, and we have a new Reikskodai as well. Are you any good? Actually, yes. You're not bad. We have a dwarf again. Brave, temperate, arrogant. You have got virtues, so you are going to be considered virtuous, which is great. However, we do need a new court physician. Actually, our Reikskodai is going to be a good court physician, although actually on fast, he's even better. He's also super, super loyal, so I think we can keep him placated. Probably. And we also have, wow, a lot of prisoners. Money? Money. Money? Money. Money? No money. Ooh, 100 ducats for Duke Sigbert here. Very nice. He's not willing to ransom his own children back. He's not a very good king. What about your queen? Nope, not willing to ransom your wife either. Clearly a very loving marriage. What does my religion look like? So the Orsatru faith is unrelenting faith, which means that all of our adherents have +4 prowess, and then also faith hostility advantage +2, which means we're better at fighting heathens, and all of us fight better in combat. We are legalist, which means that virtuous rulers have an easier time ruling, and sinful rulers have a harder time ruling. And then ritual celebrations, which means that feasts earn piety, more vassals will attend feasts, and you also gain just a base vassal and courtier opinion, so our realms are a little bit more stable. I can't hold a feast because I'm currently commanding an army, though we probably should do so. Let's move you here. And you can take over that siege. Huzzah! Haven't seen the main Marwanid army. Are they fighting anyone else? Sicily. Marwanids are actually the defender against Sicily. For this, most likely. That's a really big Venice. 8,000 soldiers now. Impressive. Generally, if it says for favour, it means he has negative money. Yeah, I know. It's just annoying that in the ransom screen, they count as a positive ransom, even though they don't. So if you press this button, which is the ransom all, you're just going to get a bunch of favours. I don't like that at all. 5 more months until 3 years, which is also the 1-year anniversary of the COVID lockdown, and the way it's looking, it will still be a thing. Yeah, COVID's definitely looking like it'll be longer. And thank you very much for the 31 months there, Helson. Really appreciate that. Yeah, 5 more months until you upgrade your wings to the next level. And also, because I haven't said it enough, you're doing awesome as a moderator as well, Helson. I always appreciate seeing you around, and you're just doing a great job. And yeah, thank you. Don't need a grand castle or a soft bed. All I need is a castle built from a single brick taken from every castle I've crushed with my glorious army. Some collect plants, some collect outfits, some collect coinage from every country they visit. I collect the stones of the castles that once stood defiant against my parents' conquest. Nice. Right. And speaking of taking down those who stand defiant, I need to take down some more castles. Which I think is that one. Yes. That's a city. That's a castle. We're now at 51%. 52. We already ransomed you. Off we go. We're going to hit 3,000 soon. Meanwhile, the army is about to hit their army. This will almost certainly be a stack wipe, though we didn't catch them as they were disembarking. But yes, it was a stack wipe. And then you can return up here just to make sure that nobody sneaks up on us. Marvellous. Another one done. All of these places are walled, for goodness sake. Turns out that Spain is a pain to fight over. Really need to get some better artillery, which is going to mean mangonels. Call to arms! West Francia is currently fighting against Alsace and East Franconia. Franconia, not Francia. Yes, I will accept. And I will send my armies north as soon as we have taken these forts. And in fact, I think I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive in how I actually go after these. Do I have any other commanders who are siegers? Because if I do, I'll split them out. No. Alas. We can go over there to Medlin, 76%. Oh, another army is just coming in. Marching into Cadiz, but their quality is terrible. So I think what we're... Aha! Who are you? Malagon. Am I actually fighting you? No, you're just fighting a peasant uprising. Okay. But you're still going to march into me, which seems silly. Almaden gave me 80 ducats. Nice. They're still marching through me. I have no interest in fighting you. I want to fight these guys before they take that city again. Because I don't want to lose the war score bonus. Come on, let's go. Force march. No, I don't think they're going to be able to siege that down. We're at plus 90 now. Betrothed can marry. Chibi is now marrying Amaric. There we go. How did Amaric turn out? Oh, he's also military. Confident knight. Amaric is familiar with the ways of his culture's traditional combat, even fighting a few actions against recalcitrant peasants as a teenager. I have never seen that trait. I've seen Blade Master, but never Knight. Interesting. Flexible leader, skilled tactician, brave, 14 prowess. And this was matrilineal, so he'll be in our court now. Cool. Good fighting pair. King Jacopi. Contract obliges him to more than I have collected him. Interesting. My husband owes me more stuff. Oh, I didn't use the hook. Now I did. Ah, bugger. Gained some more tyranny, unfortunately, to deal with, and there's the 100. Enforce those demands. And there we are. Sevilla is now entirely ours. Although I am going to need to remove that from you. Marvellous. Alright, let's merge these two armies together and head north. Because we're fighting Alsace and East Franconia. Okay, those are some big armies. Oh. Let's merge you here. And then sell you in from Calais. Don't worry, France. I'm on my way. Faction targeting me is disbanded. I'm very pleased to hear that. Duchess Matilda of Lucky converted to Vespsian. Away from Polish. Huh. Okay. Beefy, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And the real courier wants me to drink some tea. Okay then. Did you see Frisian Holdens on the African side of the Strait of Gibraltar? No, those are English. Oh, you mean down here? No, Meknes. We're just in Gibraltar now. We took it from England. I throw away my covers as I feel something brush against my leg, but the swift movement only agitates the spider. The spider moves swiftly and strikes. The spider's venom spread with a burning sensation through my body, and I called for a physician at once. It was painful, but you survived. And we now know that Prince Ogier of West Francia did this. I will make you regret this. Wow, he's a very good fighter. 5% chance of success. Not entirely sure how to get back at you for that one. We'll keep an eye on you. Murder scheme on me has been abandoned. I'm sure it has. I inherited the earldom of Helra and one other title from Alfred of Helra. Okay. So Hilden as well. Well, those I definitely want to give away. So is there anybody in my realm that's especially deserving? Who's going to... How's the succession looking? It's all going to go to Frank. I don't know why it's all going to go to Frank now, whereas before it didn't, but it is. This is the difference between Confederate petition and petition, I guess. Because what's happening here is what I would have expected under high petition. The main thing that's saving me is the elections. They're all elective. So people have a chance of stealing my titles, they just don't. Yeah, I was wondering, Chibi. I'm not a great steward, and I'd kind of prefer to have good stewards in the Netherlands. Whoa, like this guy. Dishonorable adventurer. Gudrun Ivari is also very good. I think we're going to give it to you, though. And then, of the territories here, who's the most loyal? None of you. You are going to be... Definitely not you. I think it's going to be you. Get the Oldham. And that turns you rather more loyal. Okay. Part of the reason I'm so reluctant to give family members titles like in my own country is if it comes time to remove them, I want to be free to execute. If they become problematic, and it's a lot more difficult to execute family members. Oh, we won. I had my armies raised this entire time, wasting a bunch of money, but that's okay. Victory is a victory. Cool. And the realm is once again at peace, and actually relatively stable. How old are we? 66. How's my health? Poor. At this point, I'd kind of like to abdicate. Give over to Frank and let her have a go. Let's hold a feast. Keep things a bit more secure. We'll also get rid of a bunch of stress. Because we're an eager reveller. A cheery gathering. The mood is bright and the spirits high as the feast is called. I also need to get rid of a bunch of prisoners. Let's do that now. Ah, there's nothing like a feast. It reminds us all of what is good in life, and the company is not too bad either, really. At least those seated close to me seem to think so. You're something special, Frogger Pirate, Jarl Holston tells me. King Yakupi and Jarl Ulla nod their heads in agreement. I just do what feels right. Everyone seated close to me gains opinion, or else. I know how this works. Peace. I'll see myself over to the Varangian Guard until called on again. Need more rocks for my castle. It would be kind of cool if you could, like, tell people to go join the Guard. Or if it just happened more often. I think it's happened a grand total of twice? Maybe? 10 ducats. 50 ducats. Ooh. Tastefully insulting, as plate after plate of food is brought into the great hall, an unmistakable smell reaches me, and I smile. That my loyal vassal, Jarl Katarina, is sensitive to melon is something I sadly forgot to tell the cook. I bid you all welcome, and I pray you find the food to your liking. Especially you, Katarina. Enjoy. Oh, but I get a weak hook if I do warn her. Well, that's especially nice, isn't it? Oh, I've already changed her obligations once. Right, who else can I ransom? Oh, generous makes them more likely to ransom. That's interesting. Probably let you go so you can actually make me the money needed for these ransoms. As my guests depart, with everyone headed for their respective homes, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. Nevertheless, I'm still grateful the endeavour is over for now. Gain 20 opinion with everybody. Makes it a little bit less likely that they'll come out and try to murderize me. Oh man, this is a lot of micromanagement. He is still in debt, although it's clearing up rapidly. A favour is not a ransom. A ransom is money. You look like a fighty person. You are not a fighty person. Never mind. And there we go, 3,000 ducats in the bank. And you know what? Because she's going to be inheriting it anyway, I think I might give Bruges and Bologna to Frank. And this means that you can start actually building that territory up. Oh. Because I... Oh no, I do still hold a Earldom. Why has my holding limit gone down? It should be 8. Oh! Sod. Shouldn't have made her the Jarl of Flanders. Because that's just made me a ton more inefficient. How long ago was the last save? 1st of July. That's actually not that long ago. We'll do that. Yeah, I forgot. I'm still going to give that land to Frank. Because I would like Frank to start building this stuff up. I'm actually half tempted to give her the Netherlands. In fact, that might... No, because that's my primary title. No, I don't want to give her the Netherlands. So we will just grant you Bruges and Bologna. But I'm going to keep the Earldom myself. It'll piss her off a little bit, but she'll get over it. Actually, it has not pissed her off, because she is my vassal, technically. Okay. And we are now at my domain limit. So we're controlling the Sevilla territories and also the Holland territories. Cool. Right. More prisoners. Yeah, this is what I've lost out on. Okay. Well, I didn't need to wait very long. Queen Frogger Pirate of Frisia has joined the Feast Hall of Valhalla at 66 years of age. She died of old age. A tormented woman, she had long desired the sweet embrace of death. Queen Frank ascends the throne. A true sadist, many fear what the realm will turn into under her rule. Really? Compared to Frogger Pirate? You're scared of her? Well, onwards as Queen Frank II. So I need to choose stewardship. We are avaricious. That's okay. We've also taken administrator, which is going to make it easier for us to maintain our realm. And we are very close to cutting corners. Holding construction time I don't really care as much about. Yeah, it's just that one I want. And then we have 4,000 ducats to spend. In the meantime, do I want monthly income or do I want stewardship? Probably actually want stewardship. To maintain such a large realm. Yeah, we're 11 of 10 now. And her father still hasn't died. But when he does, those territories will revert to her. Holmfrid II is now the dynasty head, so Sweden's taken over. And we have a new Riksgodai who likes us. In fact, everybody absolutely adores the ground upon which we walk. Well, that's a nice change. Yeah, we are remarkably well liked. We're just! Oh man, just makes this so much easier because we're legalist. Like, just is such a massive positive. Gives you plus 30 opinion. And we're a genius, which also makes it more positive. We're a legendary Blade Master? As a steward? Okay then. We're making 35... Wow. We're rich. Okay, so who is going to be the new physician? Hafred's not bad. He's a 16. Arnfast we know is really good as a 16. Did Arnfast ever get... positive buffs? No. And then the other one was going to be potentially you. And this would allow me to improve my relations with you, just basically for free. So we'll appoint you as the court physician. Okay. We do also need to decide on our heirs. So let's take a look at this. So Frogger Pirate the second is 31 already and unmarried. She's of a different dynasty, so she's not in the line. He's good. Gear. He's very good. Budley is an intricate web weaver, an honourable empath, lustful, compassionate and trusting. And you're also a different family. Comely and intelligent, though. You're also very strong. Brave, calm, gregarious. Maybe Sophia? No, wrong dynasty. Not Sophia, unfortunately. I wish there was a way of, like, adopting. Well, first things first, Frogger Pirate obviously needs to get married. And... doesn't look like we can marry into West Francia, unfortunately. Duchy Aquitaine's likely to just cause us problems. What are you? You are combative. Charles is actually not too bad. Are any of you married? No. Huh. That may have been something I had to do when I was playing as What's-Her-Face. Do I find marriages for my courtiers and whatnot? No. Greedy, sadistic, and just. What a combination. Oh man, our armies are now 12,000. It's because the vassals actually like us. Oh wow, yeah, with 36 prowess as well, crikey. Not bad for a 49-year-old. Yeah, we still have everything. That's one thing that I was very... well, actually, that was one of the really, really, really positive things about the High Dread. Is... oh, sadistic gives you base 35. Interesting. If you have High Dread, people will vote what you tell them to vote. So, High Dread in an elective government type means that you're just going to retain control. Beard Yoon and Bthur, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Died me minutes ago and it's already Queen What's-Her-Face. I mean, I have the memory of a sieve, so not surprised. Not you. Not you. Possibly you. You're a zealot, you're fickle. I don't like fickle, and you're content. Possibly you. Although, I have a feeling that you would make a pretty good vassal. Yeah, it's too bad that you're not my dynasty. Oh man, brave, calm and gregarious? That's a hell of a combo. Plus intelligent and comely. I really wish you were my dynasty. Because I guess we forgot matrilineal for one of the spouses. Nope, they've all been matrilineal. That's actually a good question. How are you of a different dynasty? Count Mats Horrickson of Waldeck. Oh. He was married just normally to Frank. He was the first one. He was the genius. No, he wasn't. I have no memory of this guy whatsoever. They were apparently married. Though she apparently has no memory of him. Eloped? Maybe? Because he's not listed amongst her husbands. Wasn't a consort. No. Not a bastard either. No, because her father was married. He says that he was married to her. But she denies any knowledge of the guy. Pecco. Oh no, there he is, Mats. But that says matrilineal. But for him it was a regular marriage. That's weird. Maybe when I gave him land. So his dynasty overwrote hers, but it shouldn't have. To be fair, Queen Frank had like 8 husbands. Yeah, you're not wrong. About 1,000 years later, men finally got the right to vote in Frisia. Men have had equal rights with women for as long as there have been equal rights. Which has actually been a pretty long time. Because it was male-dominated, and then right near the start, well, when we reformed the religion, we got the equal gender rights. And then one of the queens brought it in on the political side, which I didn't think you could do, but somehow she did. When I wasn't in control of Frisia. Yeah, we haven't gone for Conungard, but that's because we're just trying to consolidate up here, although now with that we are very firmly Ossatru. We probably could let this go as Gardariki now. How are the Jarls over there looking? They still don't have a huge amount of troops. But then again, neither do their neighbours. Not anymore. So yeah, unified Gardariki probably would do okay. England's bounced right back. Still in debt though. Right, what am I doing? Searching for a spouse for Frogger Pirate. Also trying to decide who my heir is going to be. It's not going to be her 'cause she's wrong dynasty. So that really only leaves Gear. Poor stewarding, so we want to marry him off to a steward. Let's do that first. This is not matrilineal. And you are intelligent, so for you we may well want to do a bit of trait seeking. And also, age does matter for you. Maximum age, 25. There we are. Hail. And he is a born diplomat, so stewarding, possibly learning, possibly intrigue. Diplomacy doesn't matter as much, but it does still matter. Goslar is just. Sadistic, though. Old also true. But we can convert them as long as they're not a zealot, like he is. Stephanie de Cognac. Cynical, generous, patient. Decent combination of abilities. Amina Conte is another zealot. She's only 13, but she has potential. Diligent, temperate, and zealous. Oh yeah, I like that combo. Although you're a zealot, so is it going to be possible to convert you? Probably. Done. Okay, Frogger Pirate. You are probably going to be more about political alliances. Although there are no political alliances really that I want. And you do want to marry soon. And what about abilities? Maybe another militarist? Wrathful, brave, stubborn. He's actually pretty decent all round. Then Roggenfrid. You can, I think, just be married off. So you don't need to be matrilineal. You can be for alliances. Oh, is Aquitaine part of East Francia now? Yes. Okay, that puts me a little bit more at ease. Marrying into Aquitaine. Or Orléans. Orléans actually looks a heck of a lot bigger. Except this kid is really young. Oh, in Sweden. Our families should now be far enough apart that securing an alliance with Sweden would be a good idea. Yeah, there's no warnings. They're no longer related. It's been long enough. Okay, Budley. Wait, which one of you two was it that I wanted? I mean, you're both actually fairly decent. Budley is a bit more well-rounded. Better at stewarding. Nah, Gear is just better. But regardless, we can marry you off. It's not going to be matrilineal. I mean, marrying you into a potential inheritance could be good. Oh, there's a sum of all skills? Oh, that's nice. I should be sorting by this. You're 15 and you have the highest sum of all skills. Well, that's interesting. You are also true. Okay, we'll marry her. And then we've got Svanhilda, who is very much into learning. You are a zealot. So I think we're just going to double down on the old learning for this. Or we'll just leave you unmarried for now, in case we need to secure an alliance in a hurry. Probably have to invoke the holy power of debug mode to restore the best heir of the dynasty. I mean, I am very tempted to do that, because there is no reason that she is a Borg. She shouldn't be. Because all of my marriages have been matrilineal for the women. The year now is 1166. Am I covering that? No. Because she is by far and away the best ruler. This started in 867, yes. Do believe giving land to her dad is what caused this. Yeah, unfortunately. Because she is by far and away the best ruler. Brave, calm, and gregarious. That's my kind of ruler right there. Although I don't even know if there is a way of changing dynasty in debug. Let's have a look. Because I can easily turn debug mode on. CK3 change dynasty. Console command. That's what I wanted to know. There's no way of changing someone's dynasty. I didn't think there would be. Oh well, we'll just deal with it. So we're above our domain limit at the moment. Alliance formed. I didn't do him as matrilineal, just normal betrothal. Alliance formed. Gear. Also, regular betrothal. You're calling me to war. This is Sweden. Swedish war for Count Hrain's claim on the Duchy of Claudia. Oh, Chudia. All the way over there. So Sweden's just trying to expand outwards. I mean, I could send my Russian forces and just that. Plus the militia, of course. And this is going to be commanded by... Man, Ulla is really good. Chibi, because we're just going to siege stuff, I think. No, we're not sailing. What? What port of not sailing do you not understand? There's a crossing right here. We have a lifestyle perk, which is going to be cutting corners. Okay. So, now that we have the cheaper holdings, we're going to make sure that we have all the holdings built. We need one here. This is going to be a city. Off you go. Bruges has all of its. Ypres does not. Bologna does not. In fact, Bologna has 2 temples for some reason. Let's get a city. And I think I might remove one of those temples. Except I don't think you actually can. Nope. Do I plan on forming an empire eventually? Probably not. The next thing I should double check is whether Sevilla has all of its holdings. I was going to say I'm fairly sure you do, but actually you don't. There's a couple missing. So, what's this? This is Nibla. The last holding left is a forest, which has no development buffs. So I think I might turn you into a castle. You've got yours. You've got all of yours. You've got yours. You're missing one, which is going to be a temple. And there we go. Those are all of those holdings done. So then let's go back over to Flanders. In fact, before we do that, let's go and make sure that Holland's cities have guild halls and small harbours. You do. Do I want to build these for myself? Yeah, I'll get you going. And then you have 2 holdings. So one of these is plains, the other one is plains, both on the coast. So we'll say that you are going to be the city. Auvergne. Then Dunkirk's going to be a temple. And then here, these are all behind our lines. This has to be a temple of air. And that's all of my holdings built. I could start working on the holdings of my minions, but nah. Probably build up some more buildings instead. In fact, we can get... No, we can't get a ducal building yet. We still don't have manorialism. However, Holland really wants to get walls and towers, being the capital. And this place getting sieged down is really annoying. Although I would love to improve just the taxes of that place. You need a trade port. You already have a trade port and also guilds. Perfect. So the next thing you need is also guilds. Ah, you don't. Ah, you can't have a trade port, that's fine. Fortunately, these two are in the wrong order. I would prefer to have had the temple here and the city there, but never mind. Same thing here. But I don't think I did those placements, so that's not on me. Received this latter while standing guard on the Theodosian wall, that I am to siege some castle in the land of the Rus. I came as fast as I could, as I have yet to collect some stones from there. Cool. Good to have you joining us, Chibi. I am the new dynasty head, so I guess the Queen of Sweden just died? Or I just overtook her. I guess I just overtook her. Carles and Frogger Pirate are now married. Carry on. How's my health? Fine. And how are we doing on the herd? That's going to be a 13-year development still. Although Burrs is almost done. And once that's done, in 2 years, then maybe we'll get lucky. You're going to be crossing that straight crossing. We're going to be attacking into here. I'm actually going to take command. Oh no, I'm not. We're going to give this to Ulla because she is a fighter. Don't worry, there will be some more sieging for you to do. We're just going to block these guys as they're trying to cross. Oh dear. Defending a major river crossing. Yeah, we are. And their commander is only a level 8. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Yeah, as I said. That's going to hurt. You may as well chase them. See if we can catch them. Is also true a matrilineal religion? No, it's equal. And that's another army destroyed. You guys are welcome. Now we can use the crossing. There we go. We finally worked out how to use the river crossing. You walk across the river. It's shallower here. You're welcome. Virtuous Hofgard I celebrated. And there's the victory. You're welcome, Sweden. Disband the armies. Betrothed can marry. Okay, it's a normal wedding as well. Excellent. So now, Gear is the heir, and that is how we want things. So we're going to go realm, succession. Elective, I want Gear. Flanders, I want Gear. Gardariki. Gardariki could actually go to Budley at this point. Although he would have no territory out there from which to actually hold it. Gear is now getting everything. Another call to arms, because of course there is. Thanks, Sweden. Who's this? This is Ruthenia and Sweden defending against Kamai and Konoi. Nah, you don't need me for that. And Sweden's just taken all of that land up there. So also true is starting a fight back in Russia. Wealth aplenty. My treasury is brimming with gold and silver. All the expenses are cared for. As a wealthy lady, I'm expected to offer patronage to some kind of artist or scholar. As luck would have it, 3 potential candidates just arrived in Frisia, but do any of them impress me? Expectations? Bah! I will go and bask in the glory of my treasure. Basically just go swimming in my treasury. Scrooge style. So we can have the natural philosopher, who does have that massive development buff. Religious art is the piety. I don't really care about that, and you're just the prestige. This guy does cost 265. In fact, all of them do. Nah, I'm going swimming. Marvellous. I still have a bunch of money. Is there anything else I could be building? Yes, lots. You may as well upgrade the crop fields. Bruges. I mean, actually, I should be looking at Sevilla at this point. You can upgrade the regimented clearings. Without having farms and fields. Let's change this for farms and fields, just because this is a 36 development location. It could be making me a small fortune. You can also get me farms and fields, which you definitely should. Sevilla, do you have the homesteads? You do. No, that's pastoral. Oh, there it is. Manor house. Cool. Same thing with you. Do you have manor house, pastoral, walls and towers, barracks? No, you don't. And this is also... Oh no, that's plains. Oh, it was Cordoba I was looking at, which was the other farmland. I remember. And I don't have enough money right now. Ransom! 64 ducats for the queen. I don't know, what's the queen actually worth? $265. You cheap bastard. No. Marriage. Virtuous half-god I celebrated. Rejected. Cool. And yes, Kurtzman and Brums, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. What happened to the 2000? It was 4,000, I think. I built up all the holdings in Flanders and Holland. Because we are now Queen Frank, who is a steward, and who gets cheaper holding construction. Plus the 34% domain tax income. Huzzah! And then the 15% from that, and another 15% from greedy. We make so much money, it's not even real. And that's with a... Oh, and we're in Provident, which is a -15, so that basically counters the greedy. Actually surprised you can be in Provident and greedy. That would seem to be a bit of a weird one. Oh, selling minor titles is prestige for gold. 475 for 150. Sold. Sold. To my liege, though I know I risk your ire, my honour demands I speak up. Your offer to give titles in exchange for gifts is driven by nothing but base greed, that is plain to see. My honour comes from nobility, not my wealth, but for you it seems otherwise. No, it's wealth. Go away. Clearly it's wealth. And in fact, you dare speak up against me. Who was that? That was... It was Christina, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Wait, you're the wrong religion? Oh, there it is. Demand payment. Requires a hook. Okay. We're going to demand your conversion. That I'll pay. Okay. Councillors. So Beta is currently the Rikskodai. Onfast would actually be even better at this job. Though she is brave. Onfast is a sinner, so no, he would be a terrible one, actually. Hafred's just. Hafred would be even better. She's 52. Beta's 53. We'll leave Beta there for now. Jarl Holston is the best man for the job in terms of chancelloring. You're the best man in the job in terms of stewarding. And then the Marshal... Problem is, all of these guys are powerful vassals. We already have... Actually, only two. We probably do need to get one of these in there. Bercy would be the easiest one to keep happy. Bercy is also the worst at combat. And then the Spy Master, you are by far and away the best Spy Master. And you absolutely adore us. Any suggestions where a newbie should start? Ended up playing for an hour or two and then get stuck somehow. Ireland. Do the tutorial in Ireland and then keep playing. My recommendation is keep playing in Ireland until you've unified Ireland, and at that point you should have a pretty good idea how everything works. Is Aeland controlled by me? Yes. And that holding is being built. There's a bunch of holdings being built at the moment. And we could be building more. Hillside fields. Hill farms. Is that really the best building? Actually, yes. And this is the river crossing, so building forts here could be a good move. We're going to do that. We're going to fortify these two. Cadiz, not as important. Cadiz is already fully built up, and you also have a small harbour, which we can upgrade. Well, let's see what else everything else has got. Morka's got nothing. Let's have you build farms and fields. Okay. Jarl titles or ducal titles do not count towards your domain limit. That's just counties. Sophia has come of age. They grow up so fast. She's a charismatic negotiator. 19 diplomacy. So there are a bunch of Mordlings that she could marry. I think it should be somebody who's good at fighting. You're just... deceitful, paranoid. You're intelligent. 10 years old. A shy zealot. Villemel Dyerson actually sounds pretty good. Mordling Rostock. Yeah, we're going to marry you to Villemel Dyerson. Cool. Ah, shoot, that was matrilineal. Let's try that again. Regular marriage. There we go. Better. Right. Now that's done. I was going to see if I could educate you. Intrigue. Interesting. I was hoping I could get you to be just... Who's currently educating you? Oof, no. Could not accept. Foreign court. Too bad. Alright. Fair enough. So you are now married to a Mordling. Which means that your inheritors will be Mordlings. So what I'm thinking now is to put you on the throne of Gardariki. Yeah, I made it matrilineal, then broke it, and then made it again non-matrilineal. For that, though, I'm going to need... Oh wait, your heir is already a Mordling. That's interesting. %, chance. She's 45. Well, if your heir is a Mordling, I'm quite happy to see how this goes. Because if any of these become a Mordling, I'm giving them the throne. Just straight like that, to yours. Then the other thing I need to do down here, actually, I've been trying to think about how exactly I want to progress. Because I don't want to be stuck in Frisia forever. I kind of want to split Gardariki out. I want to split Frisia out so that I can move down here. And what this is going to require is me to pick up the throne of something in Andalusia. Oh man, I'm going to need to conquer a lot of stuff for this. Actually, no, I'm not. 10 de jure counties. We currently control 5. So yeah, it's going to mean another war against the Marwanids. Although that is apparently a kingdom. And that would be rather easier for us to get. How's England doing? England has bounced back pretty well. We can't holy war for kingdoms yet because we need to be, I think, Paragon of Virtue. Yes. But against the Marwanids, it would have to be a ducal one. So I think that we would probably go for Cordoba, which is another 1, 2, 3, 4 counties. And then maybe Granada? In fact, that would do it. If we took Cordoba and Granada, that's 10 counties right there. Is that 9? 4. No, it's 8. Shoot. So we would need to take those two plus one more. Duchy of Granada's never been created. Even by England. Even though they control all of that territory. Is this controlled directly by the king? No. Yes, it is. Interesting! That's true, I do have 5 already. So taking these 2 would give me all I need to form Asturias. So, we have our goal. So for Queen Frank II, we're going to try and form Asturias. Frisia will probably go to Sofia, which I think would be very good hands. So at that point we would give her Flanders and Holland. And then Gardariki would go to Helmi. If she takes that throne. Yeah, CK3's tutorial is pretty good. I would definitely recommend it for playing CK3. Like, they do a good job of explaining everything. The only thing that they absolutely just don't is when you're educating a child. I can't show you because I don't have any children being educated. You choose their education here in the bottom left of their portrait. So just where the lifestyle button here is their education button. That's the only thing in the tutorial that's not really shown. But it's not as important because there are generally only 2 paths of education they can take, and the game's pretty good at determining which one to choose. Anyway, before we start anything big here, I think I'm going to end the stream at this point. Because I don't want to get started on something big with only 10 minutes to go. So we will continue this at 10 PM. So 10 o'clock PM, we will continue this. If you have enjoyed this, hit that follow button so you get notifications when I'm live again, which, like I said, 10 o'clock PM, British Summer Time, we will be continuing. If you are just getting started in Crusader Kings III, as I know a couple of you have been talking about, I do have a 10 things I wish I'd known when I started Crusader Kings III video, which you can find over on YouTube. That's youtube.com/MordredViking. I also have a Vikings guide to raiding. So if you've noticed, I do wear the old Viking helmet from time to time. There is a Vikings guide to raiding, which should tell you everything you need to know to get started as a raider in Crusader Kings 3. That is also over on the YouTube, which I know that Marshall has just posted up as well, so thank you for that, Marshall. I have a Discord, which is where the community hangs out. They're a cool bunch, and we do have a Crusader Kings channel over there, so if you have any questions or if you just want to swap stories or anything like that, then the Discord is a great place to do that too. Finally, I have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel, you can do that via patreon.com/MordredViking, or you can subscribe here on Twitch. Either of them is very, very helpful and allows me to do what I do. Chem.io, thank you very much for the Prime. Welcome to the Maudlings. Good to have you joining us. Barjam, Repus, Hoaxster, and Chazrak, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. I just want to see how close to the end Quill really is, because he usually finishes at 10, which is in 10 minutes. Yeah, too close to the end of his, I think. Is Avac doing CK? No. Let's see who's doing what. Do. Oh yeah. It's Wednesday, so No CB cast is on. So No CB is a podcast which do talk about all things Paradox, and seeing as we're in the second week of the release of Crusader Kings 3, they probably have a thing or 3 to say about that. So head on over there, say hello from Mordred Viking. I would love to see their chat absolutely lit up by the Viking raid, which you can do like this, or you can do it like this. Keb0. Yeah, I raided Keb0 the other day, so that's fairly recent. And I do want to support No CB cast if I can. They're only on once a week, so this just makes sense. So head on over there, say hello from Mordred Viking. If you are a subscriber, you can use the Viking raid with the emotes. If you are not a subscriber, use the one without. So thanks everyone for watching. I will catch you guys in an hour. So 10 o'clock PM this evening, we shall continue this game. Until then, goodbye.